I really want you guys to be able to achieve your dreams, get out of poverty, live in a better state of affairs. And hey there, my handsome and pretty little Cobras, and welcome back to the Cobras Nest. For those who are here new, my name is Mignon Cobra and I make minimalism videos. So today's minimalism video is going to be how to brute force your way out of poverty using minimalism frugality. So without further ado, let's just get into the video. Let's get it, let's go. Woo. I'm going to be sharing 5 tips that really inspired and helped change my life for the better that can kind of help brute force your way out of poverty. So a little bit of background info. I grew up in poverty, I grew up on welfare. So I'm going to be giving these tips to you guys and hope that that can help you. Okay, so number 1, stop shopping. I think I was like 21 when I discovered minimalism. Before that, I definitely shopped a lot. I would consider myself an average shopper, which I think in retrospective is pretty shopaholic. But that's just the way like society brings us to be, like shop. So I definitely bought a lot. I didn't even realize that I bought a lot till I stopped buying, and then I was like, when I would think back on it, I was like, wow, that's a lot of shopping. And honestly, I do honor that season of my life. I really didn't know any better. So my tip that I can give is something that really helped me a lot was to kind of stop shopping. For me, I went kind of extreme and I went cold turkey. I tried my best to not buy anything, and I implemented that throughout my journey, for the majority of my journey, just like not buying a lot. Helped a lot, definitely saved a lot, forced me to create other habits and stuff like that. So that actually brings me up into point number 2 is I recommend going into nature and to stop accumulating clutter. I know those are like 2 separate points, but the reason that I recommend them together is because there came a point where I was like, if I can't shop, I need to figure out something else to do that's like kind of out of the house. And going into nature happened to be one that I really did enjoy. To be honest, at this moment, I'm kind of sick and tired of going into nature. I've become kind of a hermit, a homebody kind of person. But the reason that I mentioned that is going out into nature is because, at least for me, I felt like less inclined to want to clutter my living environment when I felt like I don't have to. The world is so big, nature is so big, I can go out into nature and enjoy myself. My only sense of pleasure is not just accumulating clutter at home. Okay, number 3, get your finances clear. So for myself, I just didn't have a very good relationship with money, and I still do carry that with me to today. I don't want to sit here and tell you like I'm perfect, I'm not. I still struggle with it. I struggle with the opposite. What happened was I was really bad with money, and now I struggle with being too tight with money. So I'm working on finding that middle balance. That can really help is to kind of work on your relationship with money. Like, you're not going to get any better with money if you don't work on your relationship with money. And for me, that was like I took out like a notebook and I would record what I would buy or spend, and I also recorded what I made. And just having that clear was kind of like the baby steps or the training wheels to train me to get better with money. Now I'm in a really good place where I know exactly where my money's going. I know what bills I need to pay. I know what taxes I need to do, when tax season is. Like, I have everything really clear, but that didn't come to me naturally because like they don't teach you that in school. So you have to learn that on your own. You can watch YouTube videos, read books. There's a lot of countless resources out there. Don't be afraid. You can definitely learn on your own. Okay, number 4, decrease your spendings. The main thing that managed to help me brute force my way out of poverty was I just didn't buy much. That freed up any money that I had to kind of wealth build. I started on like a really small scale. I started with like $50 and like I bought stocks with that, and then like I did what I could with what I had with where I was. I was like, I don't have more money to play with. I decreased my spending severely. I consider it very, like, in retrospective, very extreme frugality, but it helped a lot. It helped kind of train me to have that ability that I think that if I didn't do that, I wouldn't have that, or at least I wouldn't have the results that I wanted if I wasn't so gung-ho or extreme in my measures. And on the flip side though, we can only cut so much before life becomes just excruciatingly unbearable. There's a limit to frugality where you just start to feel like I'm suffering in this. So we have to go out and earn more. And I recommend providing a service. You can trade in your time. Obviously, I would recommend you figuring out a way where you don't trade in your time. When we don't have a lot of capital assets or resources, we do have our labor and we do have our time, and that's what we can sell in the beginning. And that's what I did. I provided a service. For the majority of my working adult life, I have provided a service. I have traded in my time in servitude to others. And I know that sounds like, oh my gosh, who wants to work? But unfortunate as it is, you can't generate passive income till you've put in the time and done the active income. And so my recommendation is you're just gonna have to swallow your pride and work. I always told myself I'm never too good to do a job, and it served me well. I'm really happy I've maintained that mindset, because I think in the earlier days, if I thought myself too good to work, I don't think I'd be where I am today. So I have more videos on these type of topics. Just click the link down below, go binge, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching. Bye.